Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 5:57 p.m. on this Saturday early evening. Boo Radley and I are just kind of hanging out. I was listening to my audiobook. So I had started, I was just like a minute or two. I literally started like a minute or two into How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which was actually my February book for Peter's Book Club. But then I picked Daisy Jones and the Six for my March book for Peter's Book Club because I've read Malibu Rising, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and then there was a novella that I read by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I absolutely love her so much. And I'd had this on my Audible to read for a while, and it was kind of just a book that I just kept on pushing to the back of my to be read, and but it came out as a show on Amazon Prime, and the first 3 episodes are out, and I really, really want to watch the show. But often what happens is these shows come out based on books, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to read the book, and then I'll watch the show. Like, I did that with Leanne O'Yardy's 9 Perfect Strangers. I had the book on Audible, and I was like, okay, I'm going to, Boo Radley is like right here. He's being real sweet. Aren't you, honey? He said, yeah, I'm being real sweet, Dad. And so I kept on saying, I'm not going to watch the show until I read the book because I really want to read the book first. But then I just pushed it back and pushed it back and pushed it back because there would be like cozy mysteries or new books that would come out that I would want to read, right? So that's what happened with Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh, you smelling my coffee? I just made some blueberry crumble coffee and he's smelling it. You want to smell the coffee? He said, that smells good, Dad. Delicioso. So I just kept on pushing Daisy Jones and the Six back. I think I bought it on Audible like a year and a half ago. I've had it for a long time and haven't listened to it and meant to. And part of the reason why is people that I've talked to that have read it, like, I got really mixed signals from it. Like, I think Tanya read it. Who was I talking to the other day? It might have been Mel. I can't remember. But like every person that I would talk to, it would be like somebody would love it, and the next person would say, it wasn't my favorite of hers. I really didn't enjoy it. And other than like Evelyn Hugo and Malibu Rising, where when people would read it, they would say, oh my God, I absolutely loved it. Like, it was so good. And so I wasn't super excited to read it. I knew it was like one of her first books that she had like mainstream published, and so I just was like, it is what it is. But now that the show is out, I really want to watch the show, and so I'm like trying to powerhouse through this book. I've actually just today I've listened to like a half an hour of it, and I want to listen to like another 2 or 3 hours of it today. I'm hoping to get through it in the next like 2 days, and then I will start How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which is so interesting because a lot of people have told me like that is another book that has gotten really mixed reviews. I think Grady Hendrix is somebody that you either really love or you really don't love his work. And somebody just tagged me today on Twitter and tweeted me and said, thank you so much for picking this book because they would never have read it and they really, really enjoyed it. Which is interesting because the majority of the people that are reading it from the book club are saying that they didn't like love it, that it wasn't their favorite one. I don't know which one of his is probably my favorite. I would say, my very first book of his that I read was My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I thought the pop culture references were fantastic. I think I was just like blown away because it was so specific and I had not read an author like him in so long. But it was dark and it was very sad, not just from a horror novel point of view. The emotionality that he puts into his books are deep too. And then I read the Southern Guide, I don't remember what it's called, the whole title to it, but Guide to Slaying Vampires or whatever, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I thought that book was fantastically done. I thought it was really, really well done. And then I think after that, I read Horror Store, which is about a bunch of people that get like trapped in kind of like an IKEA overnight. But they, like, and there was like monsters and stuff like that. It was very fantastical, and you could tell it was probably, I think it was one of his earlier books, but I didn't dislike it. I thought it was good. I mean, going into it, I knew what it was about. And then I read Final Girls, Final Girls, is that what it's called? Or Final Girls Club? I can't remember, but anyway, I thought that was really well done, and I really liked that. But I love horror movies, and that was kind of like the basis for it. So I'm really excited to read this book. I have a feeling I will like it. I have a feeling that I will really like How to Sell a Haunted House, because I just love Grady Hendrix. It's kind of like, there's a couple authors that I just love everything that they write. Back in the day, it's interesting, there was an author, and her name was Jill McCorkle, and I read her when I was in college, and she wrote a book called Ferris Beach, which I actually reread like 2 years ago, and it didn't have the same effect on me that it had when I first read it like 30 years ago or something like that. Or, you know, I can't remember how long ago I read it. But she wrote several other books. And in fact, I can remember when I was getting my undergraduate degree and I was taking a creative writing class, we had to write to an author, and I wrote to her, and she wrote me back, like hand wrote me back like several pages, and like motivating me to be a writer, which I thought was really cool. And, but she wrote one, it was called like Queen of October and July 5th. And she wrote a couple books. The only one of hers that I have not read, well, she wrote a book of short stories called Vinyl Days, I think. And I've only read like a couple of those short stories. I don't love reading like anthologies of short stories. And then the other book that she wrote that I haven't read is called Tending to Virginia. So I love her. Jill McCorkle. I don't think she's put anything out in like years. I should look, actually. And then not Fannie Flagg. Who's the one that wrote the book that they made? Well, Stuart Onan is somebody else that I read for a long time. I don't think he's put out books for a while either. He actually wrote a book with Stephen King a couple years ago. So Stuart Onan, I kind of would find these like authors that like people hadn't really heard of, and I would just, and interestingly enough, back in the day, Barnes and Nobles does this, but I feel like with Borders, back when Borders did it, Borders bookstore, they would have like, you know, like discover a new author, and I would like just like kind of go through there, and what is oh shoot, I don't know how I'm gonna find this book. It's the one about, hold on a second, they made it into a movie about a girl that lives in a Walmart, or has a baby in a Walmart, and the baby's name is Americus. Where the Heart Is. Okay, where's the book? Because the book is, and the woman, and the author passed away, and all of her books are fantastic. And she was actually married to an actor, and she didn't start writing until she was like in her 60s. And hold on. Billy Letts. Oh, Billy Letts. Okay. So Billy Letts wrote, hold on a second, several books. One was about kids, these kids that like were like living in their car. So she wrote Where the Heart Is, The Honk and Holler opening soon, Shoot the Moon. I think that's the one where the kids are living in their car because Made in the USA. So anyway, who was she married to? It doesn't matter. I know you guys don't care. But anyway, Dennis Letts, and he was an actor. Or he is, yeah, he died. And he was an actor. But I love her work so much. And then Julie Murphy, who wrote Dumplin'. Angie Thomas, who wrote The Hate U Give. I mean, I'm like looking up there at my bookshelves. There's like that one corner is like the corner of like all of my favorite authors. I have a couple authors that like I will read anything that they write, and Grady Hendrix for me is like one of those people that I just like, as soon as they put out a book, like I can't wait. And Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of those as well. So now that the show is out, I really, really want to watch the show. And I'm like, but I'm not going to, because with 9 Perfect Strangers, so if you watch my booktube video, I already talked about all this. But with 9 Perfect Strangers, I ended up, because I was like, I'm not going to watch the show because I want to read the book first. But then finally I was just like, you're not going to read the book, okay? The book on Audible was like 18 hours long. And so I was like, just watch the show. So I ended up watching the show, which I had really mixed feelings about the show. So yeah, I talked about that on here. I don't know. But anyway, so I want to listen to some of that today. Alex has been like really, really busy. I got up last night. So last night we watched, he got home. I'm like, what did he even do last night? Oh, he went over to his girlfriend's house, and he got home, and he had already eaten because they had like ordered pizza over there, and I thought he was taking like a cheese plate and stuff, but he ended up like just taking like ice cream. There's like, she's like a favorite like German ice cream, and so he got this, he said it has like a U over it with like 2 dots or whatever. Do you guys know what this ice cream is? Anyway, so he got this ice cream and took it over there, and then they ordered pizza from some fancy pizza place. We're going out to dinner next weekend with them. It's this restaurant that I've actually been to one time, and so I'm really excited about that because it's like a really cool restaurant. But anyway, we're going out to dinner with she and her husband, and then, so this is like the couples that we went to Florida with a couple years ago, minus the one husband, but he'll be at dinner next weekend. So he came home last night, and I was finishing watching Poker Face, because I had started, I had asked him, I said, are you going to be hungry when you get home? And he said no. So I warmed up some of my quiche. And by the way, I just have to tell you this. So I was talking to my neighbor across the street. I don't know, this is just me being stupid. I don't know. But I was talking to my neighbor across the street about that quiche that I bought at Costco. And the quiche that I bought at Costco, so there's 3 flavors of this. The brand is like La Terra Vita or something like that. It's called the brand. And they have 3 different kinds of quiches. They have broccoli cheddar, which I had already gotten. That was like my fave. And then they have spinach artichoke, which she said tastes just like spinach artichoke dip. And then those 2 are the ones that I got at Costco, which I ended up buying 4 because they came 2 together. And you got 1 broccoli cheddar and 1 spinach artichoke. So, but she told me, she was like, I like to buy the little ones. So they have little ones that are like that big. And she said, my favorite is the quiche Lorraine, which used to be my mom's favorite. So I didn't even think anything about it, you guys. I mean, nothing whatsoever. It just, when you look at it, it just looks like a cheesecake, a quiche, right? I didn't think anything about it. And so I know there are some of you out there that are like laughing already because you know what a quiche Lorraine is. So, because I can remember back in the day, like I would come over to my mom's house like for like Christmas morning or whatever, and she'd be like, I got a quiche Lorraine. And she would just get like a little quiche like that and cut it up into like, 2 or 3 little slices. So I got this quiche Lorraine from the grocery store when Alex and I went there the other day, this little quiche Lorraine. So I was going to heat it up. I don't know what about it told me to turn it over and look at the ingredients. I've gotten better about that, like on looking at ingredients instead of just kind of assuming. Because sometimes with vegetarian stuff that like, I mean, you might go in and there was like a salad that I was eating at Fresh Time. It was like this broccoli crunch salad. And somebody commented on a video and they said, are you aware that that salad has like little bits of bacon in it? And I was like, I didn't see it. I didn't taste it. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is like probably 2 years ago. And sure enough, I looked in there and like one of the very last ingredients, and I was like, oh my God. And you live and you learn as a vegetarian. Like, you're not going to be perfect about this stuff, and you learn. But I have really learned to look at ingredients on stuff, because things that you think are vegetarian or vegan, if you're a vegan, sometimes aren't, often. And really, it's often very difficult to, like, even if you Google a brand and you say, like, is this vegetarian or is this vegan or whatever, right? like even then, like they kind of are just sneaky about it a little bit, like in how they word it or whatever. Like they don't just come right out sometimes and say, yes, this is 100% vegetarian or whatever, right? So anyway, I got on this, and I looked on the back of the ingredients, and it's so small, the ingredients. I had my reading glasses on and I still couldn't see it. And there it was at the bottom of it. It was like procured bacon. And I was like, well, I can't have this. So I'm gonna give it to my neighbor across the street. Her green lights are so pretty from the St. Patrick's Day. She loves them, but they're so pretty. I'm so happy that she enjoyed them. And it takes so little to make somebody happy. I mean, they really were not that expensive at all. I got online, and it was so funny because I like searched on Amazon St. Patrick's Day lights, and they like popped right up. It was like the first thing, these LED lights. I think they're like 15 or 16 bucks. And she was like, let me pay you back. I was like, let me just do this for you. This will make you happy. And she was like, okay. She was like, I'm really happy about it. So she loves them, and they're so pretty. Outside last night, Boo Radley and I were walking around, and we were looking at the lights, and they're really nice. But so anyway, instead I heated up what I had left of the broccoli cheddar, which I did look on the ingredients, and it does not have any procured bacon in it, thank God. And then yeah, and then I ate some of my little salads and stuff like that, and I just was so tired. Like, I have been so tired. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if somehow somebody was saying like, oh, maybe Alex brought something home, or, you know, I don't like, my stomach hurt the other day, but now my stomach doesn't hurt. I'm just tired. I'm just like really tired all the time. So like today I got up and I was like, I'm just gonna like take another day off from filming videos. I need to feel 100%, but I obviously was gonna vlog, so I was like, I need to feel 100%. So my plan is to come back tomorrow after we go to brunch somewhere. I've got to run a couple errands, but then I come home and at least film a drama video and like a Peterisms video. So that's my plan. Well, and my vlog, obviously. So at least to film those 3 videos tomorrow. I also want to start watching movies that are going to be up for the Oscars, because the Oscars are a week from tomorrow, and I have seen like Avatar and that's it. I haven't seen any of these movies yet. So yeah, like I don't feel sick, I just am tired. I don't know what it is. So anyway, last night Alex came home. I had like 20 minutes of Poker Face left, and so I finished Poker Face last night, and I watched that. He was laying in bed upstairs. And then I kind of went upstairs and hung out with him and Boo Radley for a little bit. And then I was like, do you want to watch RuPaul? And he was like, yeah, sure. So we came downstairs and we watched RuPaul's Drag Race. And then we watched Untucked. And then he was watching, well, he was reading all of these articles. So a couple people asked about what Alex thought about all of this. So Alex watches Vanderpump Rules. He's like completely into it. And if you don't know, there's like a lot of drama going on with that about, I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. Sandoval's dating somebody. I don't know I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, so I'm not real into it. I don't even know, like, if you put Schwartz and Sandoval in front of me, I don't know that I could pick them apart. I just know they're both Toms. So, I don't know that I could name 5 cast members from the show, but other than like Jax, like I don't know that, and Lisa Vanderpump, like I don't know. Oh, and James, the DJ guy. I've kind of followed his story a little bit because he was sober and now he's not, and he decided to not be sober anymore. But like I followed his story for a little while. Sheena, I know who she is, but other than that, like, I haven't really followed the show. Like if it's on in the background, like when I'm sitting here, if I'm doing something and Alex is watching it, I watch it. But he was reading all these articles about it last night. I asked him what he thought, because at that point I gotten a comment from somebody and they had said like, what does Alex think about all this or whatever? And he was like, I don't know what to think about it or something like that. He didn't really say anything. So, but we watched RuPaul's Drag Race and we watched that. And then he was watching, actually James, I think his name's James Kennedy, DJ James Kennedy from RuPaul, or from Vanderpump Rules. He was one of the guests on Watch What Happens Live. So Alex was watching those. And I talked to Tanya, and then I was like, I was super tired. And at that point, it was like, it was like almost 12. It was like 11:45. And I said, babe, I'm going to lay down for a little bit. I said, if I wake up, I may watch a TV show. And he was like, okay. He was like, we don't, do what you want to do. He had a bunch of things he was doing today and I didn't. And so he was like, I don't care. Like, stay up as late as you want, So he's like, if you get up in the middle of the night, want to watch your shows, watch your shows. I was like, okay. So I laid down and Boo Radley woke me up at I think it was 2 o'clock or something like that. And so, and Alex was asleep by that point. So I got up and I took Boo Radley outside. Didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I took you outside. Look at this little guy right here. Hi. What are you doing, boobs? Took him outside, and then I got him settled back into bed with his dad. And then I sat here, and I was just going to watch one show and go back to bed, but I was, wide awake. And so I watched Truth Be Told. And then I was so excited because Alaska Daily is back. Oh, it was such a good episode, you guys. I had forgotten how Alaska Daily had ended, when they took their break. And somebody said that La Brea got renewed. I wanted to see, hold on a second. I want to see if that's true. La Brea renewed for season 3. NBC's time-traveling sci-fi drama is returning for a 3rd season! Yay! La Brea fans, we have some great news. NBC announced on January 31st that the time-traveling sci-fi series has been renewed for season 3. Yes, okay. Now, Alaska Daily, I don't think we'll probably be that lucky. Alaska Daily renewed. Okay. It has not been, as of March 4th, which is today, it has not been canceled or renewed. So, and so then after I watched Alaska Daily, which if you have not watched that show, I would highly, highly recommend it. It is so good. I think it's on maybe Showtime. I can't remember. But anyway, I know you can watch it, I think, on Hulu as well. So I watch Alaska Daily. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can watch it on Hulu as well. So I watch Alaska Daily, and then it was this is bad, you guys, but it was 4:45 in the morning, and I'm like this. I'm wide awake, right? So I ended up watching the newest episode of Your Honor, and I got caught up on that. And that was so good. That show is so good. Oh my God, I love it. If you're looking for a show to binge, I definitely would recommend, Truth Be Told, because there's 2 seasons out and the 3rd season's almost over. I think the 3rd season, it has 2 more episodes left, it said, or maybe it's Your Honor has 2 more episodes out. But so with Your Honor, when this season is over, it's done. It's a limited series. And it's so interesting because so that's the one that has only 2 episodes left. And there's so much, it's up in the air that still has to happen. And I'm how is all of this going to happen and tie it up in 2 episodes? So it'll be interesting to see. I also bought, I should show you guys, but, hold on just a second, boobs. Let me go get this. I'm going to show you guys this. A little show and tell for y'all today. Hold on. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, Mr. Twister? So, my favorite herbal tea of life is this brand called Mods, okay? Here you can see. I got the Mods Organic Variety Pack right here, okay? And I love this Mods tea so much. I have tried several kinds of herbal tea, bags and K-Pods, and some of them are good and some of them just aren't good, right? And my favorite in here is, it's gotta be in here, it's called Smile for the Chamomile. Hold on a second. Here it is, Smile for the Chamomile, okay? And you can get it on Amazon. And this is hands down the best herbal tea I have ever had in my entire life, okay? So I wanted to try some of her other ones. I don't know if it's a real person or not. So I was like, instead of just buying like one flavor, why don't I just get, you know, buy, what do you call it? Like a mix. So last night I had Dazzlin' Jasmine's green tea. So good, you guys. I could not believe it. I was so impressed. And then there was peppermint patty tea. And then there's Uncle Earl's Going Gray tea. And then passion green with envy tea. I'm gonna try some of these tonight. Royally good English breakfast tea. So at the store the other day, my banana bread that I bought to put cream cheese on is moldy. My lemon loaf is moldy. I was not happy about it. So when I went to the grocery store the other day, I bought some more banana bread, and then I also bought blueberry muffins. Oh my God, I love blueberry muffins so much. So anyway, for cream cheese. And I thought that one, which one is that? The royalty. This one, that royally good English breakfast tea. I thought that one, or I thought the Uncle Earl's Going Gray tea would be really good with that. And then there's also spiced cha-cha chai tea. So needless to say, I have enough K-Pods for a lifetime now. So anyway, don't we do? We have enough K-Pods for a lifetime. So then I watched Your Honor, and I was still, like, wide awake. And I was like, oh, no. You have got to go to bed. Like, this is ridiculous at this point, right? I was like, you are going to sleep all day tomorrow. You aren't going to get anything done, which I didn't get anything done. And I kind of really don't care, honestly. Like, it's been such a nice, relaxing day. I just kind of, like, slept off and on, and I have been listening to Daisy Jones and just kind of, like, cleaning up the house, made the bed real comfy, cozy. You know, it's real nice. And Alex got up today, and he went to his IV hydration thing that he does with these two girlfriends of his. He did that at like 11:45, and then afterwards they went to Rise, which is like this buffet place that I really love this place too. And they went there, and they had, I think, like a mimosa, and then they had like brunch or something like that. And then he came home, and then he hung out with me and Boo Radley for a little bit. Oh yeah, didn't he? And then 3:30 he left, and he had so one of his really good friends is having a baby, like, I guess she's due like next week. I didn't realize that. I haven't seen her in probably, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years. If you've watched my vlog for a long time, you'll remember her, because she's the one that was the singer. And Alex used to be like, so Alex has been a really good friend. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like when Alex was in high school, he was one of the dancers for the Fever, the women's basketball team. And so Alex knows like a lot of like Colts cheerleaders and Pacemates and things like that, like all these different dancers from dance groups in Indianapolis. Like Alex is friends with a lot of them. And she was the captain of the Pacemates for a very long time. And she was also a singer. And I don't know if you guys remember, but like Tanya and her husband and Alex and I and Melissa and Jason, we all went to the casino because she was singing. She had like the singing thing. Do you guys remember that? Like I think I filmed it on the vlog. That was probably 5 years ago. That was probably when I first started the vlog. But anyway, since then, she has gotten married and gotten pregnant and is not part of the Pacemates anymore and all that stuff, but she's still friends with all of them. So anyway, so she now has like, I think like her daughter is like 3 years old or something like that. So anyway, she is having her second child. Like Alex was like, I didn't realize that she was due like next week. I thought she was due in like a month. So she had a, what's it called? A sprinkle today. She had a sprinkle. He bought her it's really cute. Well, he bought her diapers, but he went and got her diapers today from Target. But then he also bought her like a little onesie that says I love Barcelona on it. Isn't that so cute? So anyway, so he went to the sprinkle today and had a really good time. I was like, I always wonder when people go, I was like, did you play any games? He was like, no. It was like Alex and all these girls from the Pacemates and stuff. He was like, we played one game. She didn't want to play a lot of games. And then we did like gifts and have little snacks and stuff. And then he had not hung out with these girls that he was friends with for like ever, like when, you know, because they've all like, you know, got married and whatever. So they went downtown to Livery, which is like this restaurant that has, here, I'll tell you, actually, he just sent me the menu. Here, he sent me the menu right here. And he was like, what do you want, babe? What do you want me to bring you? So I asked him to bring me 3 queso empanadas. But they have such good food on this menu. Hold on a second. Let me see where I'm at on time. Oh, I was right at the very end. But let me just tell you this menu, okay? Because they have such great food. This is like a big date night for Alex and I. We sometimes go to Livery. We love it. There's one on the north side too at Hamilton Sound Center. I've never been to that one before, but Alex goes there sometimes with his girlfriends. It's very laid back, very cool. You know those drinks? I don't drink, you know, so I don't, but they're called like Moscow Mules or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like where they, hold on a second before I speak to something that I don't know anything about. Yeah, a Moscow Mule. And they serve it in like one of those tin cup kind of things. Here, I'm going to show you. They serve it in like those kind of metal cups. Okay, so Livery, like they serve their drinks in those cups. And they have like all these specialty drinks and all this kind of stuff. But their menu is fantastic. So he was asking me what I want. And they have like yuca fries, artichoke in a vinaigrette, butternut squash soup. Like if I was there, I would get the soup. Spanish olive tapenade, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that. Brussels, like Brussels sprouts in this hot sauce. Sweet plantains, guacamole, cauliflower, ceviche, and barbacoa sopa. I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff. And then second, potato tart. Ooh, I might have him bring me that. Skirt steak, which is what Alex usually gets. The potato tart. So they have like it next to it. They have it if it's vegan, vegetarian, or gluten-free. And the potato tart is vegetarian. Pork melanska. Oh, I can't pronounce this name. It's the P. I just asked Alex because he had it his last day in Spain. Paella. Paella. Cannellones and red drum. And then they also have empanadas. And the kind of empanadas they have is mushroom, truffle, jalapeno crema, and then queso, Havarti, Gouda, black bean puree, steak, chicken, chorizo, and lamb. And then they have tacos, chicken tinga, pork belly, and shrimp. And then I might also have him bring me some of those mushroom ones too. And then they have salads. And the kind of salads they have are beet salads, manchego crisp salad, and a taco salad. That beet salad is really good. I've had it too. So anyway, so he's there, and then he'll be home, and then we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do tonight, watch a movie or something. He's been going all day long. He might be tired. So I'll tell you who else is tired. Little Boo Radley. He's in his circle. Alex may have already ordered the food, so he may not be able. I just asked him if he'd bring me some of the mushroom ones too. So yeah, it's been a really good day. It's not too cold outside, but it's like dreary and gray. This weather is just not pretty, you know. And so going to Florida for Ultra Music Festival. We'll be there in just a couple weeks, and excited about that. And going with Melissa and Jason, so that'll be fun. And you guys ready for the Florida vlogs? The Florida vlogs. So I was like, yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to come back and I'm going to do like a drama and a Peterisms video. And then, you know, I think like taking that week off with like my tooth and everything and like the tooth pain, like, and then coming back, like it really kind of like, it really hurt my stamina a little bit, to be honest with you. Like I really struggled getting back into the groove of things, you know? And so I'm like, okay, Monday, because I don't have a lot this week. I think this was the other thing this week too, was that I had so many things that I had to do, like as far as like doctor's appointments and getting Ubers to doctor's appointments and hair appointments and all this kind of stuff. And the only thing I really have to do is Tuesday I have my meeting, obviously, and then, well, I'm assuming that we'll go. And then Monday I have our marriage counseling appointment that I have to take an Uber to, but that's not till, I think, 6. I'll have to check and look. It might be at 5, but I think it's at 6. And so, like, this week was just a lot, you know? And even if I didn't, like, have to, like, Uber somewhere, I had a lot of, like, appointments, like, on the phone and phone calls that I had to make and things like that. And so I would do all that, and then I just was not super motivated to, like, you know, film videos around that and be like, hey, you know, whatever. And I just wasn't super motivated around that. And so, and I knew that going into this last week. Like, I looked at my book, and I was like, oh my God, I've got a lot to do this week. So my plan is tomorrow, I mean, even if I just do a drama video and just film my vlog, I will be very happy with that tomorrow. And then go into Monday and go into, I mean, because really, to be honest with you, like, my tooth is not hurting really at all anymore. When it, like, starts, when my mouth gets sore from talking a little bit too much, like, I take some Tylenol, but other than that, like, it's completely fine. So, you know, I'm ready to get back and start filming videos. I think that I could probably have no problem filming 4 or 5 videos. And so my plan is coming back on Monday, I want to film 4 or 5 videos. Now, so I had somebody reach out to me and ask me why I hadn't filmed Koei's video of the 1,000 crane project that Koei had done for me. And I just want to address this in the video and say, that wasn't a video that I just wanted to do. Like, when I do my unboxings of, like, the PO unboxings and stuff like that, like, I bring everything in and I have it on the kitchen counter, and then I kind of, like, just place it around. Like, I open it with, like, you know, a scissors or a knife, and I place it around me, and I kind of just go through each thing. And I know that so many people invested so much time and energy, and I know that Koei invested so much time and energy. Not to say that when people send me things they don't, because I know that they do, and it means the world to me. But I didn't want to just, like, get in a video and be like, here it is, thank you so much, next. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to do a special video around it. And I didn't want to do it on a day that I wasn't feeling well, and I didn't want to do it on a day that I was just going to kind of like throw it together, because it meant so much to me. So I reached out because I was so thankful that this person asked me and said, like, what's going on with this video? You haven't done the video, right? And the box has been sitting right down there. And so I reached out to Koei and let Koei know that I'm going to be doing the video at the beginning of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, that video will be done. I just wanted to... I wanted to do it in a dedicated way that, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, so Koei put together this project that's absolutely unbelievable. Go to the Vloggerinos group and check it out. It's just, it's phenomenal. I mean, nobody's ever really in my life ever done anything so special for me. And I think that's also part of it a little bit, is that I'm kind of a little bit like, I don't want to just be like, hey, thanks, you know what I mean? Like, I really want to show it in such a special way. But for those people out there that are like, okay, Peter, I know he got this, so why hasn't he talked about it or shown it? I wanted to be transparent about that. So that video will be coming Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week. I don't want to rush through it. So if Monday or Tuesday I'm rushed, it will be done on Wednesday, but it will definitely be done by Wednesday. And like I said, I did reach out to Koei, and he knows that how much it means to me, and we had a little back and forth conversation about it, and he was very understanding, which I really appreciated, and said some just really complimentary things. And so, and to the person that reached out to me as well, I really appreciate it. You know, it's, you know, every once in a while, you know, I need a little bit of a nudge, but I don't want people to think that, like, I forget stuff, or that stuff doesn't mean something to me, because it really does, you know. And I was waiting to do it in just, you know, to do it in a special way, and I wanted it to be like, you know, heartfelt and all of that, so that I wasn't like rushing through it. So I just wanted to say that. So yeah, so that will be one of the videos that I do on the Peter Does Stuff video. I still want to do, oh, so I will be doing that video though, not on a vlog, because I don't think it's fair to just include that in a vlog. I'm going to be doing that in a Peter Does Stuff video. I'm also going to be doing the grilled cheese video at some point. I don't know when. I've been saving this Tillamook cheese to do this. It's probably, well, maybe not. I was going to say it's probably bad at this point because I bought it like a month ago or something. I need to look and see what the expiration date is on it, because I need to do that video as well. But that's not a heartfelt video that I just need to do that video. So I actually, one of my plans for tomorrow is that I want to kind of like sit down and I feel like when I talk to other people that are like YouTubers, or I hate this word, I just think it sounds so funny, but like content creators or whatever, that they very much like script out like what they're doing for the month, you know, or for the week and whatever. And I do to some degree, like, okay, for like tomorrow, like I have a list for every day. And so like I go in and, you know, I'll say like drama video, vlog, Peterisms, whatever, and I kind of like know. But like for me, it's not hard. Like with my Peterisms videos, I just like, you know, pick a meditation, or I go through and I read a comment or whatever, and I do that like right before I do the video. But I also like those videos to be just kind of very natural. Yeah. You said, my Peter Does Stuff videos, like if I really thought those out more, I could put a video out on that channel every single day, you know? Because there's so many things that I could talk about or do, or just show parts of my life. And the review stuff, if I just scheduled it out, I've got stuff here to review. I've got a box in the kitchen of stuff to show and to review that I need to do. So yeah, I need to just kind of like make a list of all this stuff and then just stick to that list and just do it. I think that's the hard thing for me is... I think I've never seen this as like a job. I don't know. Like I just feel so blessed that I get to do this and that people like to watch my videos and interact with me, that I've never seen it as a job. And whereas I think most YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrams, like they really do see it as a job. And so they're like, okay, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this. But like in all honesty, the people that I have surrounded myself with, the other YouTubers and, you know, people that I talk to on a regular basis, like they don't see it as a job. They don't see it like, I mean, they do, like they feel blessed that they get to make an income off of what they do, but they're not so like strict, like, and structured with, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I have this to do on Tuesday and I have that to do, and this has to be out by the 15th and whatever. They don't, you know, hold on a second. My husband just texted me. We're going to find out about these mushroom empanadas. Oh, he said, yeah, babe. So, yum! So, yeah, I think, like, sometimes for me, it's just I don't think of it that way. And so, I don't know. Like, and I think it's a double-edged sword, you know? Then it's like, okay, well, maybe I should think of it that way, but then I don't want to think of it that way, because if I do, like I've noticed a lot of people that I have watched through the years, and when they start taking themselves very seriously or as like a business, like I feel like they kind of lose the fun of it, if that makes sense. You know, like they seem to kind of not enjoy it as much. I think for me, the struggle is that like I wake up and I'm like, okay, so what videos am I going to make today? And so if my plan is, well, I'm going to do this Tillamook or whatever it's called, grilled cheese sandwiches. Okay, it's not that like I don't want to make the video or I don't feel like making the video. It's I don't really feel like a grilled cheese today. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of what it is. And in all honesty, and this is just another piece of me being really transparent, you know, some days, like, I have stuff going on, you know, with friends of mine, or people in my life that, I don't know why I'm getting emotional about this, because I really don't have anything today that's going on in my life, but I have, you know, I have had a lot of stuff that has gone on in the last couple of months that's not my story to tell, you know? And so, you know, like with Sarah and her, you know, I mean, there was a long period of time where she didn't even want anybody to know what was going on with her, like outside of her immediate friends and family. Like, I mean, she didn't talk about it to anybody. So it wasn't like I could come on here, you know, and there were really scary things that were happening. Sarah now is like, share my story if you want to share my story. She'd get on a video and share her story about, you know, having a double lung transplant. And she is a complete advocate for, you know, transplants and things like that and educating people about it. But at that time, this is just an example, I couldn't share what was going on, you know? And so I have Sarah, who's very scared about what's going on, and my husband, who is terrified of what's going on with his best friend. And I'm having to get in a video and go, hey, you guys, I'm back. Of course I'm back. And it's hard, you know? It's hard when you're going through something like that to just turn it on. And yet, I'm getting messages from people that are saying, like, I've been through so much, and your videos really help me, and they cheer me up. And I don't know why the chemo messages always really hit my heart. I think it's because my friend Kathy, that passed away several years ago from cancer, you know, when she would go to chemo, she would watch, like, funny stuff. And she would tell me about all these articles that she read or funny videos that she watched and how much it helped her. And I just think, like, sometimes, like, with those comments, I've gotten so many comments through the years of people that will say, like, you know, my dad was in the emergency room, or I was sitting in chemo, and, like, your videos really helped me. And, you know, even though I don't even know Jeffree Star or Trisha Paytas, and I don't even care about them or whatever, like, just the things you said in the videos made me laugh. And, you know, you flipping the fan or singing, you know, Stevie Nicks, like, really brightened my heart. Like, so that's where, like, on tough days when stuff is, like, happening, like, I try to push myself to pull out the lip gloss. And, you know, and for me too, it's like, it's good for me too. It's good mental health. But I think, you know, every time I say that, like, I want to take a couple days off, I always get at least one comment from somebody that says lazy, like, you're lazy, okay? Now, there's a lot of things that people can say about me. One of them's not lazy. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but I'm not lazy, okay? Listen, Linda, I've got an undergraduate degree, I've got a master's degree, I wrote a book, I worked 13 years in a treatment facility, I have long history. You know, listen, I have at one point was making 6 videos a day on 6 different channels. You know, I've been very active. I was doing live streams at the time that I was doing that. You know, I'm not lazy. And, and maybe I'm a little too offended by that word. I don't know, as soon as I say that, people will say, see, you're lazy. But, you know, I think, like, I've also, I think it's really hard for me sometimes to just say, it's okay for you to take a day or two, you know? I mean, I can't tell you how many months in a row, how many years in a row, I literally filmed 7 days a week and never once took off a day. And that was kind of because back in the day, I heard, you know, Casey Neistat say, if you want to be successful on YouTube, film a video every day. And I always kind of stuck to that. And if you hear me, like, if you come to me as a new YouTuber and you're like, what do you think is, like, the model for being successful? I'll tell you that. Well, one of the things I heard, 2 things that I always tell people is, number one, Casey Neistat said back in the day, if you want to be successful, film a video every day. And number 2, I was told very early on in recovery, I was told very early on YouTube, don't argue with your audience. Let them have their say in their comment section. Don't argue with them, you know? And I agree with that. You know, I think let people have their say. And even if after this video, you know, and I, you know, say what I had to say and people are like, no, but you really are lazy. It's like, okay, well, that's your opinion. I mean, we all have one. We all have a right to it. I mean, maybe I am lazy in comparison to somebody else. I don't know, you know. But I think one of the things that's hard for me, and I feel like I make a lot of excuses for it, and I defend it a lot over here, is the need to take a day or 2 off, or a week off, or whatever, you know, like, I struggle with that, you guys. Like, I struggle with, number one, who was I just talking to about this yesterday? And it was not a YouTuber. shoot, who was I talking to? Oh my God. I don't remember who I was talking to now, but it was like a friend of mine, and they were saying that they really have a hard time like just not doing anything for a day. Like not cleaning house, not working out, not cooking something, like just taking, I think my book club partner Mel and I might have been talking about this. Anyway, but I was saying I struggle with that as well. It's, first of all, it's me accepting that I'm okay not doing those things for a day or 2 days or 3 days or however long I need to do them. But then it's also the acceptance of then like saying, okay, you guys, like I'm not going to vlog for a day or whatever, or I'm not going to make drama videos for a day. I'm past the point with the drama videos. Like if like, you know, there are a lot of drama channels that don't post videos except for every 5th day. So if I post a video and, you know, it's okay for me at that point, you know. And then if there's some days that I want to post 2 videos, I'll post 2 videos, and I kind of just like, you know, got it and whatever. And I think that that's one of the things that I have had to learn recently is that I've got to just, for me to continue to enjoy this and love this, which I do, I have to do it the way that makes me the happiest. You know what I mean? But, so I don't know. But yeah, I think one of the hardest things, and this is something that I've really never talked about on here, is that, you know, when I shut the camera off, there's a lot of things that exist in my personal life that really, even if they aren't, you know, my story to tell, where I'm talking to people on the phone and, you know, helping people, you know, I don't know, just friends of mine in recovery that are struggling, you know, that I'm not going to get on here and talk about it. But like, it's bringing me down. It's making me sad. It's, you know, it's like, I'm sad that my friends are struggling like this, or, you know, that Sarah's sick or whatever. Well, Sarah's doing great now, but thank God. But, you know, and it's like sometimes when all of that's going on, it's really no different than anybody else having to show up to work and put a smile on your face. It really is no different, you know? But sometimes it's hard, you know? I will say this, and like, you know, this is something that's kind of come out since the whole like Michaela Nagara thing, where she talked about like, you know, it was like I have to work to 5:30 every day. Like, this is a charmed life. I mean, I'm completely 100% aware of that. Being able to live my life as a person that makes videos on YouTube and call this my job is a charmed life. It is absolutely 100% a charmed life. I feel so blessed, and I love every minute of it, you know? I really do. Like, people ask me a lot. They're like, well, what do you not like about YouTube? Well, I don't like the fact that it takes my video like an hour to process sometimes, you know? But I mean, or I don't like the fact that, you know, I don't know that my camera is, I don't know how to fix the focusing on it, and people tell me and I still try to fix it and it won't focus. I don't like that. I don't like that my lighting is so bad on my vlog that unless I take my hat off, you guys can't really see my face. But I know, like, honestly, you know, it's like people want to complain about all this kind of stuff. It's a free platform that people are able, anybody can upload whatever they want to upload and be able to, you know, have a following or interact with people and meet people. You know, if you had told me, like, I know that not everybody's down with the vloggerinos. Y'all don't have to be down with the vloggerinos. That's okay. You know, but if anybody would have told me 6 years ago that as a result of people meeting in the comment sections of this vlog, which I started this vlog because I thought my drama channel was losing so many subscribers that at one point my drama channel would be gone. That was really, and I always had loved just people that vlogged. Way back in the day, when I first started watching YouTubers, you know, that's who I watched. I watched Shep689, which with Will and RJ, and I watched, you know, just people that were, you know, vloggers. I loved just vloggers, and so I always wanted to do that. I know sitting in a chair talking is not necessarily vlogging your day, but it's whatever. And so that's why I started this channel. If you had told me at that point, down the road, there would be this Facebook group of people that share very intimate personal things that are going on in their life with each other for support, or just, you know, because they want to share that they graduated, or they had a baby, or that they're sick, or that they're struggling, or whatever. And that these people are also so incredibly supportive of me and everything that goes on in my life. And they're so, Alex just got a Christmas card yesterday. I don't know why I'm getting like late Christmas cards, but he was like, whoever it was like, thank you for always being encouraged. Maybe it wasn't a Christmas card, because the person said something about Spain. Maybe it was a Valentine's Day card. Spain, and him having a good time with his mom. But, you know, they said, thank you for always being encouraging of Peter and his, you know, being able to vlog and things like that. I mean, you guys are so nice. Of Alex, of Caroline, of Valerie, of Melissa, of Tanya Jean, you know, of me, of Boo Radley. I mean, like, every Christmas card I got was like to Peter, Alex, and Boo, you know. It's just, it's unbelievable to me, and it's nothing that I ever would have imagined in a million years. I really honestly wouldn't have. I would never have imagined that this is what my life would have been like. So no, I don't have any complaints about it, you know. I think if anything, my complaints are just with myself, you know, that given whatever day that, I don't know. I love every bit of it. I do. I love just sitting down in a chair and talking to you guys. I don't think anybody really has any idea how much I love that, you know, that I just get to sit in a chair and talk, and that somebody wants to listen to me. How cool is that? You know, how cool is that? That's pretty cool. So, and I love hearing your stories, and I love when you guys email me your stories or send me letters. You know, for years I said nobody sends letters anymore, and I get letters all the time. I get handwritten letters from people sharing their lives with me. What is that? I get wedding invitations and I get postcards from people, you know, and I said for years, nobody sends cards or letters anymore. And now I get cards and letters all the time. I think that is just the coolest thing. I love it. And I just saw the other day on the Vloggerinos group, I'm sorry, I don't know who posted it, but they said that they had moved and that they missed the Christmas card thing, and that the person that moved into their place doesn't want to hold their Christmas cards, but like, how do you change your address on it? Because if you guys don't know, in the Vloggerinos group, you can put your address like on this spreadsheet, and then everybody sends cards so that everybody gets all these mass amounts of cards. I love that. I mean, come on, you guys. Okay, what a it's so simple, but it's just such a genuine, compassionate, kind, awesome thing to do, so that you get a bunch of Christmas cards. I love that. I think if the world were a little bit more like that, I think we would maybe not have as many problems as we have today. If the world was as simple as, I don't know, you know, a Christmas card chain letter kind of deal. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty nice. And anytime anybody lists anything that they're going through there's always congratulations, or hey, I'm sorry that you're going through this, or I'm praying for you, or whatever, you know. And that's you guys, that's not me. But I am proud to have my name on it, you know. It's a really cool thing. It's a really cool thing. So anyway, I'm going to get off here now, and I hope that you guys are having, I don't know why I'm so emotional today. I hope that you guys are, I can't believe I almost went an hour. I hope that you guys are having then I said on the weekends I wasn't going to too. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with me this Saturday evening, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You might be putting a smile on their face. You might be changing their day. You might be making them happier, and you might just be helping them be more positive. Who knows? And also, be kinder to one another. Love one another a little bit more. And most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.